Welcome to another client adventure. On this trip, we're going to head out of Omeo and head to Castle's historic area before getting down to Tambo and tackling the famous Haunted Stream track, and then finish in Marthavale Hut. Don't forget to get your souvenir high country shirts that are all sublimated, available at all leading retailers throughout the high country. Castle's historical area is located 17 kilometers south of Omeo and 12 kilometers northwest of Swift Creek. The post office opened on the 7th of October 1879 and closed in 1950. Gold-bearing quartz reefs were discovered in 1885 at Long Gully, and by 1889 there was a battery in operation as well as a general store, a butchery, a bakery, a private school, and 2 hotels, a coffee palace, hairdressers, bookmakers, 2 bank agencies, 2 post offices were also in existence. The first hydraulic power station in Victoria was established at Victoria Falls to provide power and light for the mine. By the First World War, most of the available gold was depleted, and both mines closed down. The town rapidly declined, and by 1933 there were only 34 inhabitants. The 1939 bushfires destroyed part of the town, and other buildings were taken away. Now Castles lies as a ghost town, with no commercial buildings in operation. Set in the 3,600 hectares Castle's historical area, the mines are now a local tourist attraction with many relics of the old gold mining era. We now hop back on the highway and head down to Swift Creek, which is located on the Great Alpine Road in the beautiful Tambo Valley. Europeans settled Swift Creek during the gold rush of the mid-1800s, and there are several places of heritage significance in the area. The town has all the rural essentials of a pub, corner store, and bakery. Only 9.4 kilometers from Swift Creek, heading south, you come to Connors Hill Lookout. Jumping back on the highway and another 7.8 kilometers heading south, you'll come to the Little River Inn at Enze. The Little River Inn originated as a shanty selling grog in the early 1840s. The first license was taken out in 1847 and it has been continuously licensed since. Remaining a popular local establishment to this day, this makes it the oldest hotel in Omeo district and possibly the oldest in East Gippsland. Enze was given its name in 1843 by Archibald MacLeod, named after the island in the Outer Hebrides of Scotland. The original name was Numla Mungie, which was run in the 1830s by Lachlan McAllister. From Enze to Tambo Crossing is an 18.2 kilometer drive, which would take about 15 minutes. Fortunately, I watched another YouTube video that actually showed me this area, so I knew where to turn off. It's easily missed if you don't know where to turn off. There's no clear signs or direction. Yeah, you just drive up this little side road where the sign is there, Haunted Stream. You got to go up to the top of the gate there, open the gate, make sure you close it, and then that's the start of the track. That's the Great Alpine Road and Tambo River, where we come through from Enze. The article I found in the Melbourne Age, dated Wednesday, August 31st, 1892. The heading is The Tragedy at Haunted Stream, a terrible and mysterious crime. The investigation of Detective Sergeant Considine. Haunted Stream is 42 miles beyond Barnsdale and is approached with difficulty. From Barnsdale, a coach runs as far as Omeo, dropping passengers for Stirling at Tambo Crossing. A distance of 10 miles has to be accomplished, according to the capabilities of the traveller. If he can ride and has nerve, he will succeed well enough. If he cannot, he must walk, for there is no driving track. The road is mountainous and the bridle track at times overhangs steep cliffs where it would be fatal. The township of Stirling started in 1882 with the discovery of gold in Turney's Creek and Haunted Stream. 2 boarding houses were established in 1883. A general store was built by Henry Sandy. In July 1884, the population of the township was 70. In May 1886, the town was still fairly rudimentary, consisting of 2 or 3 bark houses, a store, cum butchery, a few tents, and a men's humpies. A few months later, the scene changed dramatically, with bullock drays hauling in building materials and mining equipment. Houses could now be built with sawn timber and corrugated roofs, replacing the old log cabins and bark huts. The township continued to expand with a population of 300 by 1887. The name Stirling was given to the township around 1890 and was named after James Stirling, who was the former district lands officer and geologist for the government. Large bushfires burnt most of the town in January 1898. The gold eventually ran out, and by 1914, it was reported only 4 hands remained. The Haunted Stream track has approximately 54 river crossings, and you can start at either end, either the Great Alpine Road at Tambo Crossing as I did, or you can start at Dawson City Campground. The track is approximately 33 kilometers long, and it took me 2.5 hours to complete. The track was in exceptionally good condition, with extensive roadworks underway, and dry conditions. The creeks were low, and the roads were very solid. This could change quite quickly with heavy rain, making these creek crossings a lot more interesting. The soil here is quite boggy when wet. You could chew this ground up quite quickly and easily, taking a lot longer to complete. I personally prefer to go from east to west, from Tambo Crossing to Dawson Creek. I think you get a much better view looking up the creeks when doing this track. Also, I haven't reduced tire pressures, still sitting at around the 38 psi. How did Haunted Stream get its name? Haunted Stream, in an article back in the Melbourne Age on Wednesday, August 31st in 1892, wrote, there was a mysterious murder of Ballarat Harry. Harry was a prominent character of the area. He disappeared somewhere between Stirling and Omeo. His mate, who always accompanied him on prospecting excursions, returned alone one day. The mate was in possession of Ballarat Harry's watch, chain, and some of his clothes. He also had an unusual amount of cash on him. When questioned, the mate said he had won them from Harry playing cards. Harry's mate also said that Harry had left to start a new life after he was now financially crushed. Harry was never seen again. Police arrested and charged his mate with murder. But with no body found, the charges were eventually dropped. Haunted Stream was then named by the township people. After mysterious noises were heard at night up and down the little creek, ghostly apparitions were said to have been seen by lonely diggers. The creek gained the reputation of being haunted by Ballarat Harry. I learnt from an old miner, when you see all the tree ferns on the side and up in the hills, that's generally where the mining took place, as the excavation of the soil, for some reason, likes to promote the growth of these tree ferns. This is probably the only section of road in the haunted stream that you've got quite a steep climb coming out of the stream with a little rock ledge at the top. The camera doesn't do it justice. It doesn't look that steep on film, but I assure you it's quite steep. You can see what I mean here. It's better traveling from east to west, especially if you leave in the morning. You'll have the sun behind you. Plus you can look up the rivers. If you're traveling from west to east in the morning, you're going to have the sun coming down on you, and you're not going to get that view up the rivers. With the brake pads being quite wet, you're going to get that noise as the brake pads rub against the caliper. Here's the machines up ahead doing all the road works to improve this track. Not much longer, we're almost there, and here we are at Dawson City Campground. This area can be very confusing. The road over there to the left on the HEMA map says it's Dawson City track, but on the rooftop map it's actually the Boomerang Spur track. The road straight ahead is Dawson City track, and that will take you to the Angora Road. Now the Dawson City track that you do want to take up to Engineers Road is actually behind my vehicle on the other side of the river. So I have had to do a U-turn over the river, turn right and go up the hill to get to Engineers Road. Here's where we come out of Dawson City track, and we're going to turn right into Engineers Road and head over to Quarry Creek track. Now Quarry Creek Road is not accessible. It doesn't come out to Mathavale, so you're better off staying on the 3.6 kilometers down Engineers Road and turn left into Chester Road, and you got beautiful views here going down Chester Road, and that'll bring you into Mathavale Hut. Marthavale Hut is a great place to camp. You've got a dump toilet, barbecue area, nice grassy area with a picnic table, and if it rains, you got some shelter. Mathavale Hut sits on the Nicholson River. Back in 2020 when I took these photos, there was no hut. The hut actually burnt down in 2017 in the bushfires. The original hut was built in 1953, just as a grazing hut. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you on the next one.